What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at World War Z. Now, World War Z is a third-person online co-op shooter with some real interesting zombie mechanics. So I don't know if you guys remember World War Z, the film, when they're all climbing up on each other like that human pyramid. That's what we're looking at in this particular game. Pretty damn excited to be checking this out, and it comes at a really interesting time for the whole zombie franchise as well, with some other really big games dropping in the next 2 weeks or so, most notably Days Gone. So what we're going to do is, as always, have a look, give you my thoughts, and we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get into the action. But before we do that, don't forget, if you do like the video, hit that like button, leave a comment down below if it helps you in any way. And if you really love it and want to see more amazing game reviews, don't forget, you can even consider subscribing. Turn them notifications on. But without further ado, let's get into the action. Now, you've got 4 different episodes that you play through: New York, Jerusalem, Moscow, and Tokyo, with a mixture of 5 difficulties as well. Easy, normal, hard, very hard, and insane. And they really do go up fairly steadily as well. At the easy level, they just seem like real weird-looking, smelly people wanting to try and give you a bit of a cuddle. And then towards the very hard thing, the friendly fire really does start to notice. The smelly people start to hit you a little bit harder. And there is definitely a lot more of a challenge towards the later difficulties. As far as classes go, we've got a mixture of different classes, from Gunslinger, Hellraiser, Medic, Fixer, Slasher, and Exterminator. You can also level up your character as you play through, or level up that particular specialisation as you play through, and unlock various skills that will help you out throughout the game. On top of that as well, as you play, you actually unlock various weapon skills and weapon stats throughout the game as well. So you level up the weapons that you find there by killing these hordes of zombies. So as far as customization goes, there's a little bit there, especially when it comes to weapon customization as well. Now, with your character selection, it very much depends on where you are. So New York, Jerusalem, Moscow, and Tokyo, they all have different playable characters, which, to be honest, makes up from, I'd suppose, the visual aspect of it, where you're not playing the same character over and over again. They're not jet setting across the zombie world to go face the new threat. You are actually playing people within these cities that have just been caught out by World War Z, baby. So graphically, the game looks okay. It's not setting the world on fire by any stretch of the imagination, and it is worth noting that I decided to pick this up on Xbox as I wanted to swerve the Epic Store on PC. So I picked this up on Xbox, and I believe the maximum amount of frames that I can get, even on the Xbox One X, is around 30 FPS. However, moving up to the PC, it is apparently much better. So I am very tied to 30 FPS, unfortunately, but it still looks okay. Now, the weapons in it are a little bit meh for my liking. There doesn't seem to be any real recoil or any real difference between a lot of the SMGs. In fact, all the damage seems to be fairly straightforward, and depending on what weapon you're using, doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. However, the more that you use that particular weapon, the more you will level it up and unlock some very nice perks and upgrades for that particular weapon. Stealth is also a very big part of this. It basically just not attracting the horde. How your team plays is a very big part of how many zombies you've got to encounter at any one particular time. So that's always worth keeping in mind, that you can actually get through certain areas using stealth that otherwise might require you to face a horde or two. Other than that, the general mission objectives is very much reach this area, hit that panel, turn that alarm off, reach that panel. So it's fairly straightforward mission staging. but they really do make the most of all of the area around them, with zombies flying in from absolutely everywhere, especially if you can find yourself a horde, or rather when the horde finds you. Now, in different areas you will encounter these horde mechanics, and it's fairly impressive. I've got to be honest. There's a lot of the zombies that will disappear fairly quickly throughout through the ground, but that's honestly just with how much there is going on screen. They've done an impressive job keeping the graphics the way they are, and especially the way that you can shoot the zombies to bits, literal limbs flying off. Now, certain characters will have breach charges that will allow you to access containers such as that, and it all depends on your character and who you're using. You will also be able to find various defense kits when it comes to big areas, whether that be stationary machine guns, automated machine guns, or even mortar kits. So there's a lot going on when you're trying to defend various areas from a huge amount of zombies. One thing I will say though is the explosions seem a little bit meh, and I'm guessing that's just because there is so much going on screen with the amount of zombies coming in at you and everything like that. The massive display of explosions may have tanked it. So yeah, I would love to have seen the explosions be a little bit more. However, the horde mechanics are truly superb. The worst thing is, I think one of my biggest bugbears in this game is, from time to time, your actual teammates. Now, there is friendly fire, so that's always worth keeping in mind, that they can shoot you, and especially at the higher difficulties, that is a big problem. The second one is as well, some people just seem to totally ignore the very, very clear prompts on what you're meant to be doing, whether it be reaching a certain area or anything like that. So some of the missions have been a little bit dragged out. However, with there only being a few missions, the replayability of them is actually quite high, especially if you had a pre-made group. I think that could be a huge amount of fun. But as a standalone game, it's pretty impressive as it is. However, there is only a few levels, so if you're just planning on playing this on the lowest difficulty, honestly, you're going to get through it so super quick. It's unbelievable. If you really like the looks of it, and you feel like you're going to put in a fair amount of hours and whatnot, then it's definitely worth the money as things stand. But keep in mind, if you just want to go through it the once, it's going to be a very, very quick completion with not a huge amount going on, difference between the levels either. Now, graphically, they're very different, from Moscow getting far too much snow to Tokyo looking absolutely beautiful, Jerusalem having an incredibly rough day. But other than the difference graphically, the missions are fairly similar throughout the various locations. Now, another thing is the zombies will make the most use of space everywhere. They will try and come at you from different angles, so it can get a little bit confusing with the friendly fire aspect and people moving around trying to avoid the zombies. Sometimes you're going to tag your mate by total accident. They are going to climb over walls, they're going to pyramid themselves up to get to you, they are going to literally drop down from the ceiling to get to you. So there's quite a lot of interest with that. There's also some various different zombies within the game as well. So you've got your big, heavily armoured brute who's going to run over to you and smash you or your mate into the ground. Or you've got some zombies that require headshots so they don't let out poison gas clouds. You also ones that scream and alert more zombies. But to be fair, nothing we haven't seen before. But they do it very nicely with their own little twist. Hence, it's a genre. So overall, I like the game. I'm not madly in love with the game. And I figure for the price it is now, I'll probably wait for a sale. There's also a lot of other games coming out soon within this genre that I'm incredibly excited for, incredibly hyped for. And this, I don't know why, just hasn't fully done it for me. Yeah, I don't know what aspect of it that doesn't quite. I don't know. Maybe the levels don't quite seem all that intimidating. You know, you're not going through there with a real zombie-like horde feel to it. The music's okay, but doesn't quite set the scene in occasions. So overall, it's good, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. And I think for the price it is now, I'd probably wait for a sale personally. But guys, that is it for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like the looks of it. Let me know your thoughts on the game, and let me know if you're going to be picking this one up down in the comments below. As always, guys, if this has helped you, please don't forget to like the video, drop a comment down below, and if you want to go above and beyond and see more game reviews, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn them notifications on, because we have got bundles of game reviews coming up. But that is it from me. Guys, if you want to talk to me in person, you can find me over at my Twitch page. The link is down below, or it's www.twitch.tv/Shanksy. And I hope to see you over there, guys. Until then, y'all take it easy. Peace!